I'm Brent Goff. It's good to have you with us on this Tuesday. And we begin with breaking news. The Pakistani Taliban have claimed responsibility for a suicide bombing that Pakistan's Interior Minister says killed 12 people. More than 24 others were reportedly injured. The attack happened outside an Islamabad court complex, and a statement from the Pakistani Taliban said that it targeted judges, lawyers, and other officials working under the country's, and I'm quoting here, un-Islamic laws. The militant group threatened more attacks until Islamic law is implemented in Pakistan. Well, this is how one person described what he saw and heard when the blast happened.
It was
30 to 35 minutes after we parked our vehicles and entered the gate. There was a loud explosion. It was a big explosion. There was fire all over. Body parts were strewn about. There was chaos. Then police and security personnel arrived. It was a big explosion. It looked like a bomb blast.
And our coverage continues here in the studio. My colleague and our reporter, Beenish, Javed, is with me now. So, Beenish, the Pakistani Taliban says that they are responsible. What more do we know?
So, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, it's a very dangerous militant group that poses huge threat to the state of Pakistan. Brent, this group has claimed responsibility of killing over years thousands of Pakistanis, politicians, security forces, women and children, and they have been carrying out this active insurgency against the Pakistani state for years now. They basically want to implement Islamic Sharia law. The group was created during US invasion of Afghanistan when Pakistani government was helping the US and NATO troops in Afghanistan. So as a resistance, this group was formed, but ever since then, this group has been waging a relentless insurgency against the Pakistani state.
And what are Pakistani officials saying now that we have the Taliban claiming responsibility?
So Pakistani defense minister, we know, is pointing fingers at Afghanistan. We have a tweet, if we can play that tweet, from the defense minister of Pakistan, Mr. Khwaja Asif. He, in a tweet, has said the rulers of Kabul can stop terrorism in Pakistan, but bringing this war all the way to Islamabad is a message from Kabul to which Pakistan has the full strength to respond. So the defense minister of Pakistan is pointing fingers at the Kabul Taliban leadership in Kabul, and because Pakistan has long accused the Afghan Taliban of harboring, sheltering and supporting the Pakistani Taliban militant group, it's an accusation that Afghanistan denies. The Afghan Taliban deny this accusation, but Pakistan says the TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, is based in Afghanistan and is entering Pakistan, carrying out cross-border attacks into Pakistan's territory.
The tweet that you just showed us, I mean, it makes clear that Pakistan is not leaving up for interpretation what could happen now as a result. So talk to me how significant it is then that this attack happened in Islamabad.
It is very significant because for some years, Pakistani Taliban militants had stopped attacking the civilians were killed in many attacks, but they had stopped directly targeting civilians, and they were targeting Pakistani security forces, mostly, if we can also see a map, mostly in the areas in two provinces of Pakistan, Balochistan, and also the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. These are the two provinces that are bordering Afghanistan, and they basically target security forces in those provinces, and if we can see in the map. So these two provinces, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, but a Pakistani Taliban attack in capital Islamabad, that has happened after several years. And that has raised alarm in the country. And it is also happening in the backdrop when talks between Pakistan and Afghanistan have failed. In October, both countries had a major conflict. Pakistan carried out strikes. Afghanistan carried out their own cross-border attacks. Dozens of people were killed in those attacks. And after those talks have been stalled, we see this attack from that Pakistani Taliban have claimed in the capital, Islamabad. it's something that is alarming for many people in Pakistan.
I want to ask you, too, about a sense of the scale of this insurgency, because many lives have already been lost, right?
So just this year, Brent, around 1,000 security personnel have been killed in hundreds of militant attacks. So Pakistani military is completely stretched. They are fighting this insurgency in the province of Balochistan, in KP. We can see in this graphic around 940 security personnel have been killed just this year, and civilians have been killed on top of this. So Pakistani military also had a conflict with India, neighboring India in May. It had a conflict with Afghanistan in October. It is fighting two active insurgencies. The situation in the region, I think, is alarming. There was an attack in Delhi. We don't know much details, but it just shows the vulnerabilities in this region. Yeah.
And I want to ask you, too, I mean, I know you come from Pakistan. You're in contact with people there all the time. What do people say when they hear the Taliban say that Pakistani laws are un-Islamic?
They don't have public support. Even, Taliban militants are an extremist group, but even religious political parties in Pakistan have never been able to gain support of the majority of Pakistanis. So Pakistani public have no acceptance, no tolerance to Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan militant groups. They may enjoy support in some small groups, but Pakistani public have been a target of Taliban militants for years. Children have been killed, women have been killed. Those memories are very fresh in Pakistani minds. I don't see anybody supporting this kind of brutal implementation of Sharia law in Pakistan.
Beenish, good to have you in the studio. Good to have you reporting on this. Thank you.